if I could have my way, I would never talk about it again. And I would never shed a tear over it again. But unfortunately, it is still something that I have to deal with every day.
Going to UT Tyler was definitely one of the hardest years of my life. So my senior year of high school was a great time. My confidence was the highest it's ever been, and I really tried to carry that into my freshman year with me. But over time, it just became more and more apparent that I did not feel like I belonged there.
She just didn't like Tyler. It's just not her place, not her people. I remember her saying that she liked to go on like walks at night around campus by herself. That's one of the main things that made it seem like she was really depressed.
I was just always alone. Every single day, it felt so sad to know that I was not going to see friends or do anything fun. I just had to do what I needed to do, and that was it.
There was this guy that lived on the floor below us. It was known that he was kind of weird. His roommate texted me and he was like, "Hey, I think you should tell Ella this."
Reading those texts, my stomach dropped. I had been by myself for so long, and to think that there had been eyes on me all that time was terrifying. So the first thing I did was text my sisters.
When I first found out, I wanted Ella to come home that day. To know that Ella was in harm's way on a campus she already didn't feel welcomed on made me extremely anxious, especially because there was no one really looking out for her.
Now that I was presented with this information, I knew I couldn't do nothing. I needed to go somewhere safe where people wanted to see me get better, and there was not a space for that in Tyler. So I ended up just going back to Houston.
Getting out of Tyler was just the biggest release of stress. I just spent a lot of time resting. Like, I honestly didn't have energy to do much more than that. It was finally time for me to transfer to UT Austin. It had been my motivating factor. It was always my ticket out, my ticket to better. So it was just very terrifying to tell myself, go do the exact same thing that made you the most depressed you ever were, and hope it doesn't happen again. But I am slowly learning to trust the people around me and to trust the situation I'm in. Still taking my time. Overall, I think UT Austin is going to be a really great next 3 years for me.